Trollface was a meme that once ruled the internet, but in recent years seemed more like a forgotten relic of the past, something you would find in an old meme folder from years gone by. But in 2020, Trollface proved it was only dormant rather than dead, and like an elder god, had just been waiting for the right time to reappear and reclaim what was rightfully his. In recent months, we've witnessed the second coming of Trollface memes, which came back weirder, more complicated, and laden with layers of post-irony. Why and how did that happen, and who brought it back? To figure this out, let's delve into the history of the new wave of Trollface memes. On September 19th, 2008, an Oakland-based artist named Carlos Ramirez posted an MS Paint webcomic mocking the nature of trolling on 4chan's V-board. The artist, who goes by the online handle Whynne, claimed he was attempting to draw a Mighty Mouse parody character known as the Rape Rodent. The face drawn by Ramirez quickly caught the attention of 4chan, where it became known as Trollface, though the term cool face was thrown around for a brief amount of time as well. The illustration subsequently became an iconic part of rage comics as the epitome of an online troll and the ultimate nemesis of the rage guy. Trollface also spawned several sub-formats, including Troll Science, a series of thinking out-of-the-box memes in which nothing was impossible. Trollface peaked in popularity in early 2012, after which it began to fall out of fashion along with the rest of rage comics. At this point, time stopped for Trollface, and years later, while Doge and some rage comics were enjoying an ironic resurgence in the late 2020s, it seemed left behind, forgotten, and Trollface would probably never make a comeback were it not for one user on 9gag. On February 12, 2020, 9gag user Gegerick posted a 4-panel Troll Science meme in which Trollface, knowing that oil floats on water, covers himself in oil in order to fly around in the rain. The comic became known as Cover Yourself in Oil and marked the return of Trollface to the meme world. And then, the comic was adopted by the Comedy Necrophilia subreddit, which describes itself as a place that takes unfunny things and makes them worse. There, it was used to produce dozens upon dozens of edits, covered with various amounts of oil and irony. After Cover Yourself in Oil, the path in which Trollface reclaimed the internet diverged into 3 major directions. First, we have the direct successor of the meme and Trollface Incidents, a meme format that started with a viral post by Twitter user Ebola Granola on November 27, 2020. Largely copying the 3-step structure of Cover Yourself in Oil, Trollface Incidents tells real and fictional stories in a humorous way, often adding a pinch of creepypasta on the top. Second, we have Trolls, which actually started spreading several months before Cover Yourself in Oil hit the mainstream. Back in July 2020, an iFunny user posted a re-edit of an old Trollface GIF set to unnerving music, and on August 6, 2020, another iFunny user captioned the image with "Something has awoken," which later turned out to be quite prophetic. While the unsmiling Trollface, obscured in shadow, was occasionally used on iFunny in the second half of 2020, it didn't really gain traction elsewhere until November that year. That was when Redditor UnfunnyMan123 posted several creepy countdown videos warning about an entity named Trollj. The name stuck, and from there on out, this version of Trollface really began to gain attention, appearing in many related formats. And last, but certainly not least, come the Schizo posting Trollface memes. These comics, often narrated with the use of other rage comic characters, mix derangement, conspiracy theories, and extreme trolling in a loose format that is not for everyone. They can be funny, scary, or simply push a political agenda. You could never tell for sure in the modern post-ironic meme meta. Trollface is another addition to the list of memes that were popular a decade ago and recently brought back into the spotlight, such as Doge, Marshu, Minecraft, I Wish I Was at Home, and other memes and phenomena that the internet decided had too much potential to be left in the graveyard of dead memes. With internet culture entering the age of post-irony, where the borders between sincere and ironic have grown thin, memes are often used as tools to convey and communicate ideas, rather than simply tell jokes. Trollface found itself in an internet age that is way more complicated and more interconnected than the early 2010s, and it was adapted to fit this new age. Trollface got weirder, it lost its innocence, and carries the burden of thousands upon thousands of memes that happened during the time of its absence. But at its very core, it's still Trollface. It's still the character we know and love, and it is still very willing to do a little trolling. And that's it for another edition of Know Your Meme 101. For more information on all things related to memes and internet culture, visit knowyourmeme.com.